cool hat
Boop.
with sunglasses.
Yeah, need some.
Hey, yeah, this is episode 13, guys.
Get your own bag of filing noises.
Yeah, I feel like we've done more than this.
Go around showing
Thank
all
you.
the ladies, fellas,
Everybody did.
schnoz, then I would appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, we definitely have, actually.
There we go.
I'll put that in post. I'll edit it.
Add as many boops as you do. Yeah, you get really musical with it. From the streets of LA.
Okay.
I wish.
Okay, now we're good to go.
We're good to go. All right, folks. Welcome to what we thought would be episode 21. I re-archived our video, guys. This is actually episode 19, but it's okay. All we did was 2 steps backwards to take 1 step forward, and now here we are. A Western Mass comedy group. Stay in the loop, you Snoop. Boop.
Boop.
Yeah.
Just leaving it hanging.
All
Yeah.
right. I know, you guys fuck me over every time. You fuck me over with dead air, but this is
don't look at
episode
me.
19. Oh, I am, though. I have no choice.
I booped my heart
It
out.
looks like you don't want me to look at you. You have like
I'm
your
like-
hood on and shit. You look,
I'm like
you
Betty
look
Boop.
like the photo of like a guy who just broke into a house, like the overhead security cam.
I associate it with comfort. This is me, like,
Who is
you know,
that guy?
this hoodie is velour. It's like a big blanket, you know?
Are you here with the Church of Satan? That's my only question for you right now.
Church of Satin, more like.
I
that
arrived
looks like
with
that
them, but
church.
we're not one party or anything.
Well,
We're carrot entree.
That's all right. We're accepting of all religions here at Stay in the Loop, you Snoop. Boop, boop, boop. You guys fuck me over on that every time. You leave me hanging. It's not even that great a bit, so you like fuck up a failing bit, and then it's just a fucked up failing bit, but it's okay.
I think fucking you
That's
over is the
comedy.
bit. Jason, am I
I
right?
know it is, but why am I going to keep committing to the bit of being fucked over every time? I'm just not going to do it anymore, you know? I set up a whole
19
rhyme
episodes,
scheme.
dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I've set up
you
a
know,
whole
why?
rhyme scheme, simple timing, just like the Beastie Boys could have nailed this within the first 10 seconds of their practice session.
Yeah, okay,
Boop,
but like, look
boop,
at
boop.
Peanuts.
That's why they broke up.
Like, how many
Yeah,
comics?
and one of them
have you seen
died.
Where like
Cancer.
Veronica like sets up
Embarrassment.
Charlie for like the kick, and every time it's like she
Right.
pulls it out last second, and yet like it's like a bit. It like you see that comic strip
No idea
all
what
the
you're
time.
talking about.
I'm talking about Peanuts.
Yeah, you're Charlie Brown.
Peanuts. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. That's the Charlie Brown Christmas song. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. That's the Charlie Brown Christmas song, fool. Don't you know?
No, it's true.
Don't you know this is episode 19, not 21? Our podcast is so fucked up. We have not been able to keep track of what
I fucking
episode
hate that
it
so
is
bad.
for 7 in a row. 7 episodes in a row now. We've had what number it is wrong. That's anyways, you've been doing shows down there, right, Alex?
Oh, yeah, in Connecticut? Yeah, we
Alex
actually have one
Thomas,
on.
Yeah.
Yes, hello. We actually have one on Thursday in West Hartford at the Elbow Room that I'm on. If anyone wants to check that out, feel free. DM me at Silly Selly at Instagram. But if you don't, obviously, you guys are a mess. Travel if you don't have
Yeah.
to.
There's a big
Yeah.
padlock
Well,
on the borders of the state.
Yeah, yeah.
A big chain
There-
link
yeah.
fence. With,
Over here, like, I guess it's a little more lax. We're still in, like, you know, we still have indoor dining here and there, but yeah, you guys are more, you know, being
Yeah, we
safe.
have, like,
people are pissed off.
Curfew.
People are pissed off at Baker. People are coming at Governor Baker hard, saying now they're saying he's not reining things in enough and pulling back tighter on the restrictions. I guess is what people.
Oh
want
yeah,
to do now.
people are. I feel like they're fighting everyone every which way on that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't watch the news. I'm not political at all.
right. That's good.
No, not exactly. I just don't watch the news. So you guys are probably actually more informed than I
I'm very
am.
political.
No,
but I do watch the news.
lockdown.
Only thing I've learned
I don't think
in
it's
this
good to
last
not be
week
aware
is
of the
how
news,
to-
but that's cool.
No, yeah, it's depressing. It's just more like I avoid it. And,
No, some
No.
people literally just can't handle the mental load of like
Hey.
thinking about political shit, let alone like stuff in the news.
oh yeah. I'm happier with that. I feel. Yeah. I'm a good person. I just, I stay uninformed, I guess. So yeah, wear a mask where I go, and yeah, everything. But everything here, yeah, is still like they're doing shows. It's just at capacity. Like if like it's like maybe 30 people in a room, and that's it, tops. That might be even stretching. It might be like
Right.
20. But yeah, even our show's at capacity. I don't know. Ish is in charge of that. So if anything goes wrong with that, hit up Ishar Gupta and hurt him.
Hurt him
We'll
bad.
give
I'm
that-
kidding. Don't do that. I'm kidding.
We'll give that
No, we
information to our
advocate
contact
violence on
tracers
here.
after the show.
There you go. Yeah, Isha.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We're trying to get
other than
guests
that,
to.
nothing really new over here.
Sorry to
Open.
interrupt.
This one.
No, I love that room though. I've performed at. You see me perform at the Elbow Room, right? Let's make this about myself for a second. Yeah, that one show I did there, I got video from, and I was mad nervous, but it came out really well. And I like the vibe of that room. It feels like the almost like you're on a ship or something. Like you're on the bottom party floor. With
and like the bows of a ship. Yeah.
In the bowels of the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
With all the diseased and prisoners. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's
capable of.
What?
Sorry, dude. Do you wear a mask while you perform?
No, we just wipe the mic down. But yeah, I only know a few people who probably do that. But yeah, I don't. Everyone we're with is usually we see every other day. So if I'm sitting in a room with them, I don't really worry about it too much. But yeah,
you look like a psychopath doing comedy with a mask on, like.
Yeah, I saw someone doing one. Yeah, I saw someone doing one with one this weekend, and it definitely just took. Like, the people were laughing at his jokes, but because they couldn't see his facial expressions, it was just harder for them to read exactly, like, his humor and everything, and how he was presenting himself to the crowd. So it definitely inhibits you, but everyone understands it too. Like, no one's like, "Oh, you asshole!" Like, I'm sure in other places they do that, but not around here. Everyone understands.
It'd be terrible if your gimmick was like something to do with your mouth, like you had like a gap in your teeth, or you had like a really funny cold sore or something. It wouldn't read at all.
Stuck down here.
I have herpes. You can't tell with my mask on, but no, but it's whatchamacallit. Like, the other thing is, I don't know, like, you can't smile if you have a mask on. So if you're telling a joke where usually you would smile to insinuate that you're kidding, it doesn't come off at all. So people think you're not kidding. Yeah, even though you're doing stand-up, they don't think you're kidding.
It's also pretty hard to understand what people are saying when, like, their P's and THs are covered by the face mask, like absorbing their lip vibration.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's I wouldn't do it with a mask on. I don't. But I like I said, if you're scared, you should do it. That's what they say you should do anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah.
I've done it twice, but I've been like I get too distracted at the few times I've done 2 comedy shows, one in Connecticut and one in Greenfield. And I was just like, it was too hard for me to manage like who to talk to, you know what I mean? Before even going up. And then like, cause I'm super mindful about the mask shit because I work as a massage therapist. So I have to be like really careful about catching it because then I would be a super spreader, you know what I mean? So I have like this implied moral responsibility, which gave me an excuse to not do comedy, which is bad, but it was I think I did the set with the mask on. The whole time I was confused. I didn't even know if I had to be wearing the masks. I was just like, shit. Stuck here behind this mask. Didn't think this one through. Yeah. And then you have to adjust and be like, hold on, folks. But then be like, oh no. I like to remove it between jokes, you know what I mean? Take a break, like take it off. Take a long sip of Gatorade, put it back in, tell my next joke,
Yeah,
Make face masks part of the thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what the guy I saw did a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It is weird, man. I don't know. They say you don't have to. And the thing with the rules doesn't really make sense to me too. Like I think, I don't know if everyone should be, using a mic, if everyone should be not wearing a mask when they're sitting down. It's a weird thing. I don't know how you guys have gone to indoor dining or not, but it's like you can eat when you can wear a mask when you're sitting. You don't have to wear a mask when you're sitting down, but if you stand up, you have to wear. It's all. I don't know. I don't know how that stops.
Yeah.
I just follow the rules.
Basically, when you stand up, you increase your heart rate, and your respiratory system responds by increasing the rate that you breathe and all that kind of shit. So the reason why you are supposed to have a mask on when you stand up is because the perspirants and water vapors and stuff that you're putting out that are transmissible for COVID, they go farther and they come out more. So that's the reasoning for it.
There we go. All right, cool. Now I know.
Stay hunched
but yeah,
over,
it's like it's all weird. Like, and when you have a policy where it's like you can wear the mask, it's like optional. Like, why even have the policy at all? Like, you're basically just saying like if you can wear a mask if you're some kind of sissy, like, but you're not a sissy. But hey, I mean, like, it's
no, not at all. Like I said, I follow all the rules. I just sometimes I'm just confused. I'm not you see these videos of people getting in fights at like Walmart, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Totally, yeah. It's a bizarre situation all over the place, and it's been very poorly executed as a pandemic goes. There's no like federal mandates about any of it. So yeah, it's no wonder you're confused. Everybody's fucking confused.
It's gonna be a long winter. It's gonna be a long
man.
COVID winter
for everybody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
It's fall like the snow upon our lungs. Our respiratory respiratory tracts are all going to go up in flames in a few months, you guys.
I hope not. Damn.
No.
Super grim.
I feel like I just started. Yeah, my bad. I'm just talking about the COVID-19 crisis. My bad.
I got COVID 420.
I got super COVID Lux.
You guys are in Mass. At least you guys have legal weed. Down here, it's like this is bullshit, dude. We still don't have legal fucking weed. It's like, ugh.
That makes smoking weed more fun, though. Like when it's not illegal, it really takes the wind out of your sails. Like I have to.
Yeah, there's a thrill. You're right. You're right, dude. Yeah, it's like the nerds then start getting in. Not you, but like the people who are like, they're like think like craft beer stoners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I just want to smoke. I don't need to listen to you tell me about every fucking thing that's. Not that I don't love it.
Ratio to the THC and how many children are.
Just give me a cool name that I'll forget later, and let's go.
Oh, I'll forget it immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even have to smoke the weed.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the other thing. Yeah. So it's I mean,
problems. Yeah.
Minor segue, but like that. Like I found it weird. Like I know weed's super popular, but how often they could sneak weed into movies? Like even this one that we watched. Like just the randomness.
Which is the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Which is Bad Batch. That's what we're watching. What's what Alex Tomaselli is talking about, which is the movie we chose for today.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to I don't know.
No.
That weed, when they're growing the weed in that movie, I was like, this is, I don't know. It just comes almost out of nowhere. And I was like, this is rules, but,
so
what's going on?
Can you walk me through like what a drug deal looks for like a Connecticut citizen,
Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on who. Yeah, it depends on who you usually know. But yeah, it's usually like, hey man, where are you at? And they're like, here. And you go, you want to meet at the supermarket parking lot? And they're like, yeah. And you get in. One of you gets in the other's car. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later.
So it's the same as here. My dealer passes it out of his driver window to me. I'll be standing outside, and like he'll pass like ounces at a time sometimes. Just like out in the open. So
I wouldn't do it. Well, you guys can probably do it out there. It's a little different. I'd rather not. I don't know. Well, I mean, I think it's like if you're gifting, there's some weird shit. Yeah. There's like technicalities, but out here it's like if you're seen, it's like you can just get like they'll just take you. They'll come after you.
I just don't want my neighbors judging me. Like I'm complaining that my weed dealer drives to my house and doesn't pull into the driveway. But like it's pretty fucking convenient.
Problems.
I know.
Yeah, man. Damn, you guys. It depends on who you know. I guess I don't know. I don't want to give away everyone's information. That's the most basic one, though. I know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I hope your drug dealer's not watching this. I'd be like, dude, I'm not. Stop telling people stuff on your podcast, man.
Yo, the day I tell my dealer about my podcast is the day I'm officially dead inside.
I just picture like the police informant.
Hey, what's wrong with our podcast?
They're writing
Why
it down.
Wouldn't you show our podcast to your dealer?
Grocery store.
Yeah.
2 cars. Giving away all the secrets.
This podcast is just an extension of my addiction, to consume more. We've munched down like 5 Nicolas Cage movies so far, I don't know why I chose the word munched, but
I was like,
only other word I know for munched is like butt muncher, and I'm not going there. But
you're going for like an aggressively eating word, but you're just not. Like you don't eat aggressively. Like I'll never forget the time we went to Spicy World in Boston, and you like wouldn't fucking touch the meal you ordered. To be fair, it did have rabbit bones inside of it.
Yeah, those bones were.
Yeah,
that was a crazy dish.
I ate the meat off the bones. You make me sound like such a sissy. I don't even fucking remember that.
No, dude, no, I'm not.
You guys were ordering gross shit.
You were so grossed out, though. You were so.
You're like, you don't want to eat.
What did we get for our open-mindedness in Chinatown? But a mouthful of bones, Jason. Jeez.
Hey. Yuck shaming.
Let's not forget the mold.
Yuck shaming. My roommate told me about it. It's called yuck shaming, and we don't do it here on episode 19. I'm just like, fucking right. I should eat better.
I know that. Thank you for telling me about that. I like that there's like new ways to be ashamed of shaming other people all the time. It's like
there always are. Yeah.
That's what you get for hanging out in Northampton all the time.
I know. That's why I'm trying to break boundaries and reach out to Connecticut. We're like long lost brothers, Connecticut and Mass. Both angry, got a lot too many viewpoints, pushed up against each other, nowhere to go. Vermont and New Hampshire off in their own world, it's crazy right now.
I think we're more like conjoined twins that don't like each other very much.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but people from Massachusetts, that is why I wanted to have you on, because people from Massachusetts hate people from Connecticut, but I'm a person from Massachusetts, and I know you, and I don't hate you. I think you're cool as fuck, so I'd rather merge that gap, not that you guys even really probably care, but...
no, I hate Connecticut too. I'm not against it at all.
Yeah.
I understand the hate for Connecticut. I also...
favorite...
What? Wait, what?
No, who's your favorite Connecticut comic? Or just say what you were about to say.
I was going to say I understand. The only thing I hate, it's like a driving thing between our states, like that we hate each other, like how we drive. I don't know why, but it seems that way. You mean like Connecticut comic?
I know why it is.
In the scene? I
know why it is, because you go to Connecticut and... No, on the highway, because you go to Connecticut and the drivers, there always ends up being teams of like 2 or 3 organized cars like zooming past you like Fast and Furious style.
Wait, you mean they're in cahoots?
The highway in Connecticut. They're in cahoots. Like, this doesn't happen to you? Like groups of like at least 2 cars are like shoo, shoo. You know what I'm talking about? Seaming traffic like Tom Brady.
So, but it is the traffic thing, okay.
Shotgun rides. Yeah.
But
they're organized and it's douchey. So there, I'm honest. I'm telling you, Connecticut, you gotta knock that shit off. I don't understand how they coordinate. It's super weird. And I feel like I'm insane because I felt like that would be a common experience. One of those weird ones where people are like, yeah, what's up with that? But
is Connecticut part of New England?
That's me.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
why-
Not like aesthetically, but yeah.
Do they have any of their own sports teams?
Aesthetically. The Huskies.
I'm not. I was about to say we're
You
big
guys
in
got the
college
Huskies,
basketball.
right?
I'm not a sports guy. Yeah, but yeah,
You guys have Aaron
it's like number one
Hernandez.
college basketball.
Yeah.
But
I'm asking you like curiosity questions about your state. Like you're like my sister's new boyfriend. I'm making small talk. So how's
like,
the weather
yeah,
over in, you guys get birds? Man, there's mad fucking birds in Massachusetts.
I know we already talked about weed, and you're like backtracking. You're like, yeah, man. No, but
It's true.
wait, Ezra, you said favorite CG comic. Do you mean like local or like someone who came from here?
I don't know. I don't know. Just like you're with that group of guys, like Ish, so on and so forth. Maybe there's an extra new person that's been performing that shows talent.
I mean, I always like I'd say like people who I think are really funny, who I always watch would be like Giancarlo Bendino, Pete Angelo.
Oh yeah.
There's a few. I'm missing names right now. It's on the spot, but like new guys.
Those are
I
all
don't know, like-
Italian names. Those all sound Italian.
yeah. One's
Giancarlo
a weed.
They stick together.
Okay.
One I guess
I
is
see what's
Italian
going
and looks Irish. So, and then
No, right on.
James T. Moore, I'd say, but like for new people, I'd say like
Yeah, he's funny.
like Chris Warren is pretty funny. I don't know. It's weird because like it's like a lot of shit is dislodged just because of coronavirus, so I don't see as many people as I used to. So these are just the people I've seen the last week. Colin Cook, it's another one. He's really funny.
Do you guys have like
Nice.
people coming out to your shows, or is it more just kind of like the inner scene where you're just kind of there to like, see each other's sets and sharpen your shit like as a community, if you know what I mean?
At
maybe
mics,
you
it's
don't.
definitely mostly comics, but at shows, there's random people who show up. But like the Elbow Room is the best example. Is like comics will still come to support, but it's more to just hang and stuff. And then, like, usually there's probably like 10 to 15 people per show, like minimum. Like that's not a bad night now, but you can only get, like I said, I think between like 25 max in a space. So
Right. Wow.
that's about
There's
as big as
actually
it
a
gets.
But that's an
nightlife out
impressive
there.
crowd. I'm
Sounds
saying,
like.
though, you're doing well.
Yeah,
That's a big
things
crowd,
now
you
have
know
to
what I
shut
mean?
down at like 9 or 9:30, but yeah, people still
That's
go.
when COVID comes out.
Yeah. Another
Freaks come out at night.
another rule I don't understand, but again I follow. Whatever.
I
Virus
usually wear
curve.
a mask on the
Ridiculous.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out there reporting names, filing addresses with the CIA, and reporting. No, I'm not.
Yeah, well, it's still legal here, so I mean, we're.
I've heard.
I think it's a
People-
morality
People
issue.
be snitching.
If you're not like home and
is.
in bed by 10:30, you're probably not a good person. And
Yeah.
You're probably a
that's how
COVID
you get
carrier. Yeah.
Hey, keep
You're
your laws
sinful.
off my
only
infection.
bad people get sick.
That's the most naive thinking ever. Only
I
bad
think there needs to
people
be
get
a
sick.
PSA, like a
But-
drink at home campaign that's like, come on, people. We know you're gonna just put up a disco ball in your house, have some drinks by the fire.
Who
Yeah.
benefits from the drink at home campaign? Is
The
that sponsored
people
by
that don't get
Budweiser or
infected
something?
by being out. Those people.
Oh right. Yeah, drinking at home
and
is safer.
those people's grandparents.
Yeah, I don't
It's not
even
sexy,
drink
though.
like that.
Safety is the real problem. Yeah,
Weird.
that's a good thing, by the way. What's wrong with you, man? You're not just a
Sorry, I just got a
drunk at
text from
home all
somebody.
the time, Alex Tomaselli.
So
That's all good.
What was the last question?
Yeah, I don't
Sorry.
drink anymore. Oh, I was saying that
Oh.
I wouldn't. I used to drink, and I would be drinking at home right now if I was a practicing alcoholic, not like a big socialite alcoholic, more like a curl up in my room and drink a bottle of vodka alcoholic,
Yeah, no, I
So
don't drink often, so I mean, again, doesn't necessarily
shit
affect.
tanked at
I
home
just don't
can
like
be
it.
fun if you
What's
plan
like the-
ahead and be
the,
like, all right,
uh,
I'm going to drink this 6-pack and record a rap song, and then you make drinking part of the educational process, then you have a good reason to be drinking. See what I'm saying?
Like if you want to record the sounds of the tops popping, so it'd be like
You got to do something. You got to
That's
plan
what
to
we
do something, and you might have to drink the 6-pack to get through the plan. So then you got a reward mechanism where drinking makes sense. You know what I mean? Drinking helps you finish projects. Drinking at home. I'm trying to help with the campaign's slogan of.
Silly, I'd love to get. I'd love to
you
get.
line up 3 beers
You're
and
not
3
inspiring me at all.
All right, let me just pitch something here. Vodcoin.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
That's not new.
you drink a nip, right? It's vodka.
right.
We call this vodka Vodcoin.
Banana.
You instead of throwing out the bottle cap is worth more vodka nips, right? So Vodcoin is like this self-reinvestment system. It's an initial
like
coin
it.
offering where you buy the Vodcoin, and not only are you purchasing the nip of vodka, you're buying into a new currency that allows you to continue buying nips.
Of banana vodka. We came up with this together. It's
Oh, yeah, it's
specifically
banana
vodka coin. Banana vodka coin.
No.
And obviously, this
I'm
a portion of the
Gonna
money
pass.
goes back to
I don't know
banana
what they say on
vodka.
Shark Tank.
The banana part's Ezra's
Banana
idea.
vodka is gonna show market growth. I'm planning on making banana
We
vodka
could
blow
do
up.
like
That sounds
it doesn't have to be banana. It could
It is
also be like
horrible. That's like the joke.
Strawberry?
Of pitches. It's just horrible.
So
Why would you
gross.
make it
Banana vodka.
blueberry.
The
No.
hangover you'll never
No.
forget. That won't.
I'm passing.
Kiwi.
Hard pass. I don't want to ever hear about it again.
Nasty. I'm sorry. Once I had it though, I had to. I'm just sharing it with you to get it off my chest. Now you can think about banana.
Get the
vodka
taste out of
for a
your
while.
mouth.
And it's only $1 a coin, Alex.
Little palate cleanser.
Starting now,
That's right.
you get 2
This is the
caps for
worst.
every 1 coin. 2
Each
caps for
cap
every 1 banana vodka
each
coin.
cap is worth 3 coins.
This is where it
So
all
do the
starts.
math.
There'll be a Steve Jobs like movie. Well, this will be the social dilemma in 6 years. I call him played by Bruce Willis.
Do we have a
Oh,
snake
you
fact
guys.
loaded up for the day?
Fact, Alex. Thank you so much for being here. Obviously, we got Alex Tomaselli on board, rocking and rolling from Connecticut, rocking the Elbow Room on weekends, right? What nights is the Elbow Room usually happening for shows?
Friday and Saturday nights. There goes my roommate. He's also on shows. Fridays and Saturdays usually at 8 o'clock on Fridays, 7 o'clock on Saturdays. That's usually how they go. We also have an open mic on Wednesday nights that starts at 6:30. Sign-ups at 6.
Go check that out, people, if you want to go see some good comedy. Elbow Room.
Also follow me on Instagram at Silly Sally.
There we go. Silly Sally. I was saying you got to make bracelets. You got to brand that Silly Sally bracelets. It's got like a nice ring to it. Saying.
Probably not, but yeah.
No, I know. It would be too expensive. Then you'd just be stuck with a bunch of bracelets you couldn't sell.
What if they were like edible, so that it was like, that they'd be gone by the end of the night anyway. So like, say your
better
name,
about it then. Just eat them.
say Silly Sally.
And put some weed in them, maybe.
Yeah, well, sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But like, it'd be
You
gummy.
made a problem.
Gummy bracelet. You guys want to change the subject?
No, gummy bracelets coming. It's not a good. It didn't make the invention
It's
idea any
silly,
better.
silly,
Make the bracelets
oh, God.
edible. Yeah.
What's the movie you watched?
We're gonna do a snake fact.
Great. Yeah, we got other
Hold on.
shit.
We take a long time before we even get into the meat of the show. Yeah, this is.
I know my failed segue and everything.
Oh no! It all seems together. It's like a Bob
Ezra
Dylan
just-
song more than a Jay-Z hit, if you will.
Ezra's like, oh
Wow.
hell no. That's what.
Yo, we got.
Oh, you wanted a segue?
You want a snake fact? I'll give you a snake. You jumped into snake facts. You were the one who just went. You literally went. Oh, we got a snake fact, so you can't even put that at me. But I'm excited.
What's a snake fact and why is it called?
Like taped up all around your computer? You know, like
I do.
like a crazy, like with
Our guest had a question about snake facts.
Figuring it out.
What's a snake
Yeah,
fact?
you want to. Oh, okay. So through our 19 episodes so far, somehow we've covered 47 facts about snakes. So we found a website called 78 Unique Snake Facts, and since we have this deep passion and interest for this subject study of snakes, we every episode cover a few facts about snakes.
Why didn't you save like one per? All right, fine. Never mind.
I don't know because sometimes we get really into it and we want to do a second snake fact. So that's actually a good day when that happens.
That's not a weird question. It's not at all.
I hope I
Like
answered it right. I don't
really
know.
good like whiskey.
What's with all the questions?
25-year-old whiskey. You want to like crack it open and have like a sip at a time, you know.
You want me to do 2 snake facts?
Thanks.
Won't even let me do 1
Thanks.
snake fact. You guys, do you want the snake fact? Because I got a cold,
Do it.
hard snake fact.
Lay it
that's
on me,
about
bro.
to flip out on y'all. It's snake fact 48. It's crazy about these elephant trunk snakes. They're almost completely aquatic. They cannot slither because they lack the broad scales in the belly that help other snakes move on land. Rather, elephant trunk snakes have large knobby scales to hold on to slippery fish and constrict them underwater. Snake fact number 48. That's vicious, right? You
That was
guys?
a dark one, yeah.
Snake fact.
Oh yeah.
This is like the golem of snakes.
I
You know?
never heard of the elephant's trunk snake, and it makes me think that every snake should be named after another thing that looks like a snake.
Yeah. But
This
not
is the
a
elephant's
snake, but not
trunk.
another
This one's
snake.
the extension cord. This one's a vine. This,
Vine snake, yeah.
But they're all the same line segment, so there wouldn't be that much difference. But I actually have a picture of an elephant trunk snake prepared, but it is vicious. It just rips it by its I don't know, its face and
So it uses its like
constricts it
scales to
underwater. Its scales.
Yeah, it's
broad,
always
knobby
underwater?
scales. It's got broad knobby scales, you guys. I want to show you. I want to
So
show you guys.
it
these broad, knobby
sacrifices its
scales.
if I'm understanding correctly, it sacrifices its overland travel speed for a enhanced swim speed. Is that basically what's happening here? Because it
Yes,
can't like do
that's
the
correct.
normal snaky slither thing.
It doesn't have those muscles.
But instead it can like do weird shit underwater.
Yeah.
I gotta know more.
They use their knobby scales to hold on to slippery fish. That's what makes it sound like golf.
Yeah, wait. So does it look like an elephant trunk?
It kind of
that
does.
it?
I want to.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
share it.
Yeah, where's
I'm
this
just worried
picture?
it drags down the.
Because
but
being
sometimes it
underwater-
freezes up.
I'm looking at it right now, guys. It's beautiful.
Where's the elephant trunk?
I'm trying to get it.
I need more elephant trunk. I'm gonna find it
I'm
on my
trying
own.
to hook it up. No,
Apparently,
I'm gonna hook
it's
it
not
up.
there.
Share your screen. It's probably gonna drag down the whole thing though. Right here, I got it.
I guess it looks
Here we
like it. Sure.
Popping it up. You guys see it? See the snake?
I looked on it on my phone.
Yeah.
See the snake? You see my snake picture up here? No, Ryan, you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
There we go. So there's a. What do you think? You think it looks like an elephant's trunk?
Not really. I mean, not any more than like
It's
a regular
awesome, yeah.
big snake. It looks like a flat noodle. What do you call those? Lo mein?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It does. It's nothing really to no. It's pretty dope. I would give it murder points. I would say on being vicious murder scale points 1 through 10 on.
Oh,
snake
you guys
eyes.
froze.
Definitely
Oh, back.
Oh, no.
There it is.
back. All
Oh.
right.
Cool.
My snake photo went away. What happened to my snake photo? I think it's because I didn't
Oh,
have the
there it
rights
is.
to it. I was stealing snake photos from the web again. Got caught. Oh my word. Vicious knobby scales. You know why? Because it doesn't have the muscles to do anything, so it has to be like an
Is it-
aikido, like grab it in a body roll and roll it with its knobby scales.
Hmm.
And I assume bite it and then constrict it in one movement. It makes it sound like it grabs it with the knobby scales, pulls it in, and then constricts it. So it's got like a smooth axis way, despite it being only an aquatic. It can't do shit on land though, basically.
Yeah.
Fucked. Put it on land, no big deal, nothing to write home about. They probably still fuck you up.
No, it under dangerous, it's very specifically not dangerous. I think that its knobby scales only work if you're like relatively small, which makes sense, I think.
90-pound weakling.
No, this thing's beefy. This is a beefy snake. It is not a weakling. It's got
Nope.
girth. It looks like Mike Tyson.
No, if you're a weakling, you would be a perfect victim for it. I mean,
right. Well, I'm not though. So
It's
my
knobby
snake
scale.
photos back. That's good. So we did snake fact. See the joys and wonders of learning about snakes, Alex. That was a hoot, right?
I think is he froze or is he just not hooted?
He's just bored.
You froze, or you're just not responding?
I think he's dead
I think he
inside.
froze. Can you hear me? Well,
Good night,
don't be
everybody.
dead inside, you guys. Yeah, right.
He does not look
I
confused.
am just as well. What's going on? Can you hear us?
No, he can't. He's just frozen on like a screen where he looks unenthused.
Yeah, but the screen that he's frozen on looks like it could be reacting
He's
to every
coming back.
word we say.
yeah,
It does.
We
and
have
he's
no
just
idea
really
what.
bored. Yeah.
That would be
Should we-
fun, like a musical
I'm sorry.
chairs game where you don't know where it's going to freeze.
There we go.
Oh.
We got Alex Tomaselli back. Are you there? Is he just totally?
He just
He just looks so unenthused.
wait. What if, like, to make him feel more at home? What if we just all did that?
It's the thinker's pose. Jason, we at least have to look like we're thinking about something. Am I just boring? I feel so boring sometimes on the show. It's like, shit, I don't know what to do to get this going here.
No, man, this shit's hilarious.
Cannibalism. I want to talk about some cannibalism at some point, about whether it's more noble to eat your fellow human than it is to live a slave to that, whatever his name was, played by Keanu Reeves, fake cult leader.
Well, we
Jack
don't know.
Sparrow, like,
You're on
fuck
notice. Oh, is he coming back? You're on notice.
There's nothing happening here. My lord,
What's
you
in
guys.
that drawer?
My lord. Oh, he's back. You back?
Hey.
Sorry
I think.
about that, guys. I don't know what
No,
happened.
that's all good. That's not your fault.
Comedy
This
gold.
program lags. Yeah. It's part of the program now. It's expected. You'd think the future of technology wouldn't stall out so bad, but I think it's it's like trying to jam too many electrons through one of those thin spindles, and it's just like, gotta cut someone
Ton of
out.
time
to
delay?
survive. Time
Probably
Yeah,
delay.
that-
Echo response. Oh Lord,
Exactly.
I am hyper as hell right now. I drank a bunch of coffee. You guys want to talk about the movie we chose?
Yeah.
This was Bad
Yeah.
Batch.
Yes.
All right.
I'm missing
Really
the other
good.
guy as well. I completely, unless he's patching in still.
Hell yeah. Bad Batch, written by Anna Lily Amirpour. I'm probably messing this up. Acted by is it Suki or Suki, the main actress?
Suki, I think.
Suki.
Suki Waterhouse crushed it in this. She was the protagonist alongside kind of maybe romantic lead Jason Momoa, who played a character in Game of Thrones.
It's also
I
Aquaman.
don't know where to.
Did his accent
Say
seem
again?
terrible?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
just me?
that
Like
was
his
bad.
Jason Momoa's, like his accent seemed like offensively terrible.
Listen,
What accent was he going for?
Well, he was
He was,
Cuban.
Must be
His
Mexican.
character
Yeah, he was
was.
Yeah.
it's from Havana. Yeah, sorry.
It sounded like a 1950s like sitcom, just like all-purpose Latin character, or like John Voight in Anaconda. Hello, I am, or yeah, Princess Bride.
I Love Lucy character. Study him. He knows how to speak very well.
Yeah, he was a real Cuban guy.
He was a real Cuban, exactly.
Yeah, they could have gotten a Cuban person.
You want to play a Cuban? He probably didn't study a Cuban. What he should have done is pick one Cuban, study that person, learned just how it is Cubans. Oh, I got a story about this actually, you guys. The Guinness World Record for largest metal structure was just broken. It's 20 feet tall. It's made all by cans of sardines. It weighs 70,000 pounds, and it's in the shape of a Christmas tree. And there's 50,000 cans of Philippines, and there's 100,000 cans of sardines inside of this Christmas tree. And it's the tallest metal structure composed of cans. That was already a classification. There was a place that had a record established with stacking metal units or something. So I think that's good news, you guys. While this world goes to shit, at least they're making cool Christmas trees out of. That's gangster, I think, making a 70,000 pound Christmas tree out of cans of sardines. Hats off. If I was wearing a hat, I would take it off and then put it back on, because otherwise it'd be weird.
I think that Jason Momoa must have gotten like a series of scripts and just said, like, I'll do whatever movie I can have all my tattoos incorporated into.
Steroids too. He demands a rigorous supply of steroids. Oh,
yeah, I was wondering, like,
steroids.
This is us, like, not that it's completely out of pocket, but he's usually, I don't know, Jason Momoa doesn't strike me as like a guy who woke up and was like, I want to play a cannibalistic, apocalypse dweller. I don't know. The bad guy, he's usually the good guy.
Who do you think was the first like star get for this movie? Because I could imagine Jason Momoa being told like, "Oh, we got Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey. Do you want to be in this movie?" He'd be like, "Oh, fuck yeah!" But I wonder who the first one to sign up when it was just like, "Oh, we got this dystopian cannibal movie. Who's in?"
Yeah, they probably chose him. They were probably like, "I want Jim Carrey for this role." A lot of times they don't even do tryouts.
But Jim Carrey could do like any number of movies. This is a movie where he barely, I don't think he speaks at all. He doesn't do any Jim Carrey stuff. I don't think that if you're this movie, you could bank on getting Jim Carrey. Like, it probably was a big coup for them.
Yeah, Jim Carrey score. Hey, you guys, we scored. Somehow we convinced Jim Carrey to do a non-speaking role as a wandering hermit in the desert who has lived miserably. That would suck. That one part of the movie, which did take place in the desert, is the character of Jason Momoa. He does, I guarantee, play that role like the primitive, guy who's just capable in nature. But he played that character in Game of Thrones too. And I wonder if actors do get annoyed with that. They're just like, I'll be in this movie, but I totally know it's because I'm like a slightly racial part with strange masculine sex appeal with his big pectoral muscles popping out.
I know.
And cool eyebrows.
It's like a white woman writes this like story about like a brown man who's just this river of like masculinity. It's just so like cringy. But like he's a cannibal, so they kind of flip the script a little bit in that regard.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. He's usually like a badass sex symbol, and in this, it's like, nah, I also eat people.
Yeah.
He goes against it. It's pretty bad. I don't know. It's also
if I was
a cool character in general.
Yeah, and his.
If I was gay, I would find him hotter for eating people. By the way, I thought if anything that it added to his appeal was I thought he was like a modest man, who like worked for his money kind of deal.
When we first meet Jason Momoa, he's in like this camp of like baby oiled like bodybuilders in Speedos, and I can't tell if they're supposed to read as gay or if they're just really into fitness because they're dancing and they all have like crazy muscles in a way that I can't imagine you could get just by eating human flesh. Like it doesn't.
I don't know. They're banking on his sex appeal. They're just trying to get him naked dancing around with people and shit. They just want to tell him that.
They had a weird soundtrack in this movie right from that. Well, you figure it out from that point on. I liked it. It fits the tone of the movie pretty well. But that scene,
soundtrack.
yeah, if like that scene's a good litmus test for you and the rest of the movie as a viewer. Like, if you won't tap out at that scene, you'll probably like the rest of the movie. But that is such an, I don't know, that scene, I remember watching that, I was like, there's got to be thousands of people who watched this and got to this part and were like, I don't know what's going on right here, I'm out of here. I don't know, I thought that was like, what?
Well, that is post-arm amputation, the first one. Because the first thing is she gets her arm cut off to Ace of Base. That was what, she wants is another babe. I was like, I remember that song from the 1990s.
Yeah, that was a
good soundtrack. I meant just the scene of them all like lifting weights and just it's like a montage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot the arm and leg scene was before that. If you didn't, that will probably do it too. But then after that, you're like, there's no way this doesn't get any not weirder. I don't know.
I love the metaphor going into it too, because the arm that she gets cut off, it says fear on it. So she's just getting like fear, like just fucking like initiatorily style, just like severed from her being, you know.
But the other one says
suicide. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they also bring up like I forgot the phrase like it's an arm and a leg, like you get. I don't know how that actual term goes. Actually, should have written it down. But it's like costs you an arm. They say that to her later in the movie. It's like you literally did that though. So same thing. Yeah, then the metaphor is. I noticed the suicide thing. I didn't even see the fear thing at the beginning. So it's another thing.
I didn't notice the suicide hand, and I've seen it like 3 times now.
That's the other thing too. Just sorry. Did I step on you?
Oh, go ahead. I didn't have anything to say. I was just keeping it moving.
What I really liked about how this movie starts is there's like no dialogue. I think even up until she gets her arm and leg cut off. There's like, you hear about the Bad Batch, like prison drop off in the background, but like her up until she wakes up from her arm and leg getting chopped off, I don't think she talks. Like no one does. Yeah, I thought that was pretty bad. It was just cool how it's like you get so much just by they show it all. They just show it, and then the character you're introduced to, it's like really intense that the person you're supposed to follow gets their arm and leg ripped off in the first 5 minutes of the movie. That's something that I don't think it's ever happened in any movie I've ever seen.
And
very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And then she covers herself in shit to escape. And fucking uses a skateboard.
And this movie is American, right?
Yeah.
Like made in the U.S.
American as fuck.
Yeah, it's
usually that you would see in like a more foreign movie, which makes this even more unique because
silence. Yeah.
Roski style.
Country for Old Men, kind of, where there's like long scenes where you just kind of get to know the person. Specifically, the main person. She didn't talk much, but she was also a pretty quiet person, like throughout the movie. So
yeah.
And it's awesome that obviously I don't know actually if the writer chose that the arm and leg would be cut off because she knew there was a person, an actor who was missing an arm and a leg, but I didn't know that the actress was actually missing an arm and a leg in real life.
Her arm is missing. I thought that was CGI. I was like, they did a great job with this.
Yeah, I told Ezra that the actress was missing an arm and a leg. I did some research afterwards, and it turns out that is not correct. I also learned that she was married to Bradley Cooper, which is a shocking age difference. And
she does have her arm and leg? Is that what you're saying?
Shameful.
You just broke his little heart, Jason.
Also, there's no saying. And I was like, wow, that's cool.
That's what I was banking on.
I know.
What I was banking on.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You gonna retract your fan letter now?
Absolutely. It is. I forget what we're talking about. My brain is running on zero.
Her leg and arm not being real.
Oh yeah. Wait. So they are. She does or she does or does not
Yeah.
have
No,
her
she's
arm
got
and
it.
her leg.
She's
in real life.
intact.
That's so
She is intact.
She is intact.
Yes.
How did that whole? You didn't tell me that. I looked it up and saw it before I talked to you, and then you.
I'll tell
said
you.
while
I'll
we
tell
were
you
hanging
why.
out.
Because the effects are
Jason
so good
misquotes me
that I
all the
watched. I watched. Speaking of
Misquote
which,
me.
yeah.
You are
When I
that.
told, see, Ezra was like, "Oh, that girl's so hot," and I was like, she's actually missing arms and legs because I thought she was the surfer who like got some arms cut off or something by a shark or some shit. And he's like, "Oh, that's not as hot."
No. No,
that's
that happened.
that's what happened.
That did not. I knew you were gonna say that. That did.
No, I was actually thinking too the whole
hotter.
movie, like, because I always think this in like all the Mad Max movies, like, or any post-apocalyptic thing, like, it's got to be so disgusting hygiene-wise. But this girl was like so hot that like her not having a leg or arm and all that like did not affect me at all. Like I was like, this girl, I'd take her anyway.
Like, covered in shit and sunburnt.
Yeah, I would do what that other cannibal did, which is like rinse her off. But yeah, no, the covered in shit was
in the river. No, she was gorgeous. Yeah,
and she ruled.
Stunning
Badass.
eyes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Totally.
Badass.
If somebody ever tells you you can't solve any of your problems by covering yourself in shit, we'll just tell them to watch this movie and say, you're wrong.
Yeah.
They do that in jail to escape, too. To avoid fights.
And there's a million good reasons to do it, so.
People leave you alone, yeah. No one's gonna mess
Don't
with
want to
me.
reveal all my secrets.
Now that I'm covered in shit, I'll be fine.
Because no one wants anything to do with you if you're
right.
covered in shit. So it's an easy out
You
from
sound like
many
my-
social situations and responsibilities.
You just gave me so much fear by saying nobody wants anything to do with you. It's like, it's a sentence program from hell. Did that just come from the darkest realms of my subconscious? I don't know. Jesus. I've been
You
seeing
have to listen
signs.
to the full sentence.
You guys, I've been seeing signs.
I think
So,
one of my favorite
yawning.
things about this movie is that it's the end of the world, but it never tells you how the world ended. Like, they're clearly all living in the end of the world, but you get the impression that, like, this is a very small section. I don't know if it's the only section that still has life, if the rest of the world is, like, a wiped-out desert, or if, this is just...
Yeah. Well, if you want to go first, I had a theory about that as well.
Well, okay, so like let's compare theories because what I'm thinking is that the society at large is actually better in terms of all the metrics that a good capitalist society cares about because they're throwing all these like defective humans into the desert and just cutting their losses. There's a lot of reading in like the first 15 minutes because there's these really long shots and there's like signs in the foreground that if you actually read, it explains like a lot of the plot and shit going on. But that's my thinking anyway. What's your theory?
I didn't read all those signs.
I also agree. Like, that sign in the beginning, they're in Texas. Like, it seems like they just boarded off Texas because I don't know why, but it's just I guess it's the most. I've never been to Texas, but it
seems like they just drop them off in Mexico, like Australia style.
Yeah, exactly. I kept thinking it was just from Mad Max that it was in Australia, but then I kept thinking about the beginning. But I agree. I think it's just a place where drop all the degenerates, criminals, but also the mentally ill, because there's a lot of people there who it doesn't seem like they're there to like hurt people. They're just like, there's that homeless guy who just yells at everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
I love that actor, Giovanni Ribisi. I love that guy.
That was him. Okay, all right. So, I think it's just...
I want to talk about his scene. Can we talk about his scene at some point? Because
I wrote something about wrote something down about that too. But yeah, I think I agree. I don't think it's I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's just the part of the world where they put the criminals. It's almost like it's another like Doomsday, the post-apocalyptic movie. It's like an island that's locked off. A bit different and more straightforward. But yeah, I agree. I think it's that because there's kids there too.
It's Louisiana,
which is weird. Like I don't know if
desert in Louisiana.
You think it's in Louisiana?
I think it's in. I think it would surprise you. Yeah, and end up.
It's in Texas. It says
anywhere.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
pretty
just a
sure
desert.
Texas from the beginning.
there's a sign that
It's a
says
desert.
you're in Texas.
Yeah, right. I was just I did.
Yeah, there's
I
literally a
like
sign
to
that
argue
says-
the
Guys,
facts.
Ezra and I don't read
I'm here to argue the
signs.
facts.
All right, it's for
No.
nerds.
I don't work on facts. Okay, I'm where facts meet feelings and make sense. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
So the homeless guy is Giovanni Ribisi. I didn't. Everyone
Now, can
in
anyone
this
tell
who was
me how
famous, I
inverse
didn't know
variables
was
might lay out
a famous
here on the
person
graph?
until later, apparently. But
Right.
that one, are you talking about the scene when the girl asks him?
When he first comes in, when he first
Yeah.
comes in, he was like genius because I've worked in mental health and I've seen like the way they behave, and it is like muttering, really fast paced, stuck on a thought like that, and he like nailed that completely. He was like, if there's one thing you must remember in all your life, you can do everything right, but if you don't remember this one thing is what you need. And he keeps on saying this one thing. And
I agree. I used to live by Connecticut Valley Hospital, which is like a huge mental health hospital, and they would always have the patients around, and they're exactly like that, like in person.
they're obsessed.
I know exactly.
They're obsessive. And then if you
Another
asked
roommate.
him to literalize it, he was just like, I forget what he said, but he said you have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, all right, and that is actually, I think, the overall, one of the overall themes of the movie or whatever, because as I'm sure we're going to talk about, this movie, a lot of it, you kind of have to figure out for yourself. Like, we can talk about the ending when it gets there, but like, there's a lot where this isn't a movie where like a traditional moviegoer is going to leave and be like, oh, I got, everything I wanted out of it. Everything's resolved, and there's like a nice bow on it. You know what I mean? Now, this movie's got a lot of loose ends. Almost nothing is resolved when you really think about it. So it's kind of, he's telling you, like, on this journey, I know this isn't, I don't know if this is what they intended, it's just how I interpret it, but like, try and figure it out if you can. You know what I mean? It's how you interpret what's going on. So, and that's how anything is, but specifically this story, because there's a lot, like, I'll bring it up when it comes along, trust me. Yeah, that's what I don't know if you guys have.
I think it's a point of comfort for him to not specify it. He says this one thing. If you must remember this one thing, that way you don't have to actually think about what the one thing is. That actually happens a lot in mental illness. Like, it's an avoidance mechanism too. So if you just keep saying that one thing, you get stuck on repeat. And as for like looking for meaning within the movie, I don't think it's trying to depose any parting message of what the meaning of life is. I think it at the ending, it's left up to decide, and I really like the ending. But having one of the protagonists be a cannibal, I don't know how that bothered some viewers, but it didn't bother me that that character relied solely. You don't just see him take off what's the make Aryan's Suki Waterhouse's legs. He also does it a few times to some other people, so we get some good, if you like a good surgery, getting legs hacked off movie, there's quite a few of that going on.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's doing it for fun, He doesn't seem to have like a malicious intent. He's just doing it to like feed, his daughter and his wife, presumably. So
it just seems like he's always on it. Always on it. He's always had a steady source of protein. I'm saying I'm impressed by the individual, whereas some people, there was this whole anti-cannibal that happened in the 60s where people started judging people who would eat another human being if the time came to it. What's the big deal, He's got to feed his daughter.
Mess other people before the 60s.
He has to feed his daughter, You're in the desert. You got a daughter to feed. You got some big pectoral muscles, some weight, physical weight you can throw people around with. You'd be doing the same thing. You'd be munching up humans out there in the desert. Or what'd you guys think about the village that they went to in Comfort?
He's in the other room.
What'd you guys think
village?
No, what was it called? In Comfort.
Oh, the Comfort.
We should talk about In Comfort, which is the place that the lead character goes to, where there isn't a threat of physical violence anymore, but there's constantly raves happening.
Yeah,
Also,
and
in this free place to live.
it's interesting that you don't immediately understand why there's like a sustained peace there. It takes a while to sort of get that the mechanics of the whole thing is, you know, this like drug fueled like fucking harem, you know, because the dream,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves' character has like all these young women and has apparently abducted Jason Momoa's character to groom her so that he can
His daughter.
impregnate her. She's like fucking 8, you know. It's just like,
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
yeah, it was.
That's how they do it too. They impregnate. They get a bunch of harems.
This is the thing too. I took a note out of this as an Italian. Like, if you didn't know he was bad, when he gives her spaghetti, he gives her spaghetti with sauce just resting on the spaghetti. Like, that's not real. You're not supposed to have spaghetti that way. I know it's like a dumb fucking Guido thing, but like, if you ever see someone do that, don't trust them. Don't ever talk to them. Your sauce is supposed to be mixed. That dude's a piece of shit. That's how I knew he was a piece of shit. That was like the turning point. I was like, all right, he's got all these chicks, whatever. But that was it.
Don't mess with the pasta sauce.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Watch out.
I thought the grooming thing too, though. I was like, this is fucking weird. And then like, yeah, I thought they were gonna find a way to kill him, but again, this movie is not traditional, so he doesn't like. Almost nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him. That shit just goes on. He's gonna keep going on. So.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, what's better? Like, what's better? You know, like that or fucking live off of people's fucking body parts and shit. You know,
But
there are no like good choices here.
You have to live there, but the only requirement is that you have to do his drugs. I'd be like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah,
one housing requirement is must do the drugs. I'd be like, oh, sign me. Like, that's not a problem. That's a solution.
Yeah, like drugs and raves.
High all the time. I'll be getting high for free around the clock. What's wrong?
Gotta just look the other way. Yeah, from that
only
shit.
Live once, you know.
I also didn't know it was Keanu Reeves until he took off his like. I saw him without the sunglasses towards the end. I completely forgot because I saw at the beginning he was in it, and then completely forgot until that point.
Yeah, I don't know if
that was pretty cool.
Did a prosthetics thing, but he's like rocking a dad bod in a real way.
Rocking a dad bod.
Yeah, it has to be because John Wick. He's not gonna like slim up and slim down that quick. Yeah, he was creepy, dude. I like genuinely didn't like his character at all. Like I love Keanu Reeves. I don't care if he does like he did a good job in this. I don't care if he does a bad job acting, but I've never actually seen a character of his where I was like, get the fuck, like, that's just weird. Made me sick.
Yeah, he's a nasty motherfucker.
He usually plays a nicer guy, and I can probably I remember his monologue shit. So he like tied himself in with shit pretty much himself in the monologue. He was like, you know, when you poop, he got real weird. He was like, you know how we both poop when we poop inside of toilets? Where do you think that poop goes? And he's like, I'll tell you where the poop goes. There's one guy who came in and installed all this stuff. So whenever you poop, the poop goes from where you are to where you can't see it. So I'm the nice guy who makes it so you don't have to see your own poop. Isn't that pretty nice of me? And then he literally goes, isn't that pretty nice of me?
I feel like they could have made that like more of the movie. Like if they had showed a contrast, you know, like if there was a scene where she was in the cannibal village and all the poop was just like in one big pile, like in the center of the village.
Revenge poop. Yeah.
I would have liked to see more of a contrast.
more. Yeah, totally. I mean,
he had a literal metaphor for how much of a piece of shit he was. Like,
exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. He was good though. Yeah, he's a guy who doesn't play that kind of role. I feel like that's been happening more in actor, like nice guy roles. Really want to get a chance to play more severe type character, and I bet it felt like super good for Keanu Reeves to be able to play that role as just like a douchebag instead of like the meaningful character he usually has to play. Like, I like when movies do that, and I also like how I didn't even know it was Jim Carrey that was playing that wandering hermit in the desert. So it utilizes actors in a really weird way that they haven't been used before. Like that we didn't know it was Jim Carrey is crazy, because usually if Jim Carrey's in a role, you know it was Jim Carrey. So this movie's interesting for doing that, I think, for not even making it obvious it was Jim Carrey. I like that because it makes it more about the movie and less about the actor. And that's what a good actor would presumably want, right?
Hell yeah.
Well, if you want
yeah.
to see more Keanu Reeves as a villain, check out Man of Tai Chi. That's all I'm going to say.
I've heard about that one too. I've never gotten around to it. I don't know why either. I'm a big fan of fighting movies and Keanu Reeves, so I will soon then. I'll send that.
Bloodsport.
That one. The Raid. I love the Raid movies. Those are some, and anything those guys do, I'll watch.
Yeah, I gotta check out the Raid. I haven't seen any of those yet.
Oh, dude! So that's one movie you could watch on mute, and you could just figure out. Like you don't need the plot. You can just figure out just by watching.
I love shit you can put on and go do other stuff, awesome. And then you can like come in and like look at the screen and like know what's happening, even if you haven't been there for 5 minutes.
That's definitely one of those movies. That's top tier action movie in my opinion. But yeah.
What is it? Say its name again. We're doing shout outs.
The Raid It's called The Raid Redemption officially, and then there's The Raid 2. The Raid, and then you just Google The Raid, it'll pop up. It's anyone who watches this.
Nice.
Maybe we should watch The Raid for next week. I don't know.
I'm down.
We haven't actually done like
do it and tell that guest you're welcome.
Do we still have stuff to say about this movie?
Oh yeah, I got a few.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just liked. Well, you guys. I mean, you guys seem to like movies. Like, obviously, you guys like fucking movie I'm talking about. But like post-apocalyptic movies, you guys know the genre. I liked what they did in this. That, like, almost like what they took from like all the Mad Max movies, but like did it on their own. Like because in the Mad Max movies, a lot of it is just like, well, these people want to get water, these other people want to like rape and pillage. Like, I'm not trying to be. That's just what they do. And then in this, it's more like they're all bad. Like, I forgot to mention that. Like, the main character, she's not good. Like, everyone in the movie is evil. Like, they're all there because of some, they're all bad. Let's say bad, not evil. They're all there for some stranger. Like, the chick she shoots in the face in the movie, it's like, you don't know if was she one of the ones she did chop her arm off, didn't she? Like, personally? What? Is she the one who chopped it off?
Yeah. Or she was there. I remember as it was happening.
She's one of them. But it's like, she didn't have to shoot her in the face in front of a kid. Like, and even if that act alone, that's not the first time she's killed someone. Like, there's a lot to this that, like, in Mad Max, Max is a good guy. Like, he doesn't hurt innocent people. Like, this chick clearly, she teams up with the cannibal at the end. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's like, I'll never hang out with you because you're a cannibal. She doesn't kill Keanu Reeves. I mean, she doesn't have to, but she also takes a woman pregnant. I mean, not that she didn't have to. She had to. But, like, these are wild moves for a protagonist. Like, there's that, and then just, like, I don't know, the town in general, like, we already talked about it, but, like, one of the town is just a group of, like, it looks like Burning Man at times. It's not even, it's not, like, that far from things that could happen in real life. It's, I don't know, I think they did that a lot, because, like I said, they meshed it pretty well. Like, there's still people, like the Jim Carrey character who has, like, crazy glasses. There's people wearing clothes that don't fit. But then, like, that scene where they show the DJ or the boombox, like, truck go down the street, and they show people walking up beside it. It's like, that's like some Burning Man shit. And then, the DJ, I don't know. I just really, I thought, like, I was pleasantly surprised with this movie, Ezra. I'm glad you forced me to watch it, because I probably wouldn't have watched it unless, like, I was super baked and heard about it on some list, or something. This was sick. Like, I really liked it. I think we should talk about the ending too.
Okay, dope. I just wanted to say one thing about her character. Yeah, she doesn't. She's. I wouldn't call her a piece of shit, but she's definitely been guilty of crime, and she didn't need to kill that woman that one time. You're right about that. It wasn't even inspired revenge. She was just kind of like, "Pah," and you're like, "Oh, okay." I still liked her after that because I understood the social structure. She came from jail. She's got, she's got a mixed past, whatever. But then she does pretty well for herself when she meets the big beefy Jason Momoa, and a little love spark kicks off between the two. And yeah, we're gonna talk about the ending because it revolves around the rabbit. After the lead character kills the girl in front of his daughter, she gives the little girl a rabbit, which is weird because she's trying to comfort the girl now by giving her a rabbit. And then at the end of the movie, they're together and they need something to eat. And what does Jason Momoa's character do but snap the head of that rabbit and cook it for dinner? And so that's your protagonist. That's your protagonist, and she's okay with it. Apparently, like, the message is she's like, yeah, free meat. You know what I mean?
It's like, not people.
I like them enough.
They're used to eating people all the time, I think. So she's
It's a step up.
Be like, hey, it's good news, honey. We're not going to murder anybody on the way home. We're going to eat your best friend.
Oh. That's actually a happier ending now that I've heard it that way. They're like not going to eat. You could look at it that. Wow, yeah. Sorry if I'm interrupting. I didn't think about it like that at all. That they've changed. It's like a good ending. Like, they're not eating. They're not going to eat people. Like,
because I don't think that they usually have rabbit or animals. I think it's all arms and legs and rib cages and stuff over at the cannibal
lizards. I bet they can find a lizard to eat. Scuttle across.
Yeah, that's probably snakes.
Maybe, man. Might get the occasional snake or lizard. Yeah, if you're lucky.
I just felt bad for the little girl. Like, I really did. I was like, God, it was so sad. I felt bad for her. I was like, damn. But it was kind of like, the comedian in me was laughing. Like, I was like, I can't believe this is the ending of the movie. Like, it made me laugh. Like, I was like, this is wild.
Dark. Yeah.
Yeah, very dark.
I think the twist is that she can talk. She could talk the whole time. I think that's the twist.
Spaghetti, yeah.
Have you guys seen
given the main character any number of pieces of information? She could immediately be like, that's the lady that shot my mom in the face, rather than just being like, I want spaghetti. That's all. I think that's a great twist ending. Maybe it's not a twist, but it's a good ending.
Definitely.
I like that. I thought the ending was just very fitting too, because it's like, I mean, it's again not traditional, so it kind of ends on a note of like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? You're in a post-apocalyptic world and you gotta eat. It's literally like that simple of an ending. It's a harsh reality, the harshest.
There's no resolution, which is kind of cool, because like, we don't really know where we started off. We don't know exactly like all the things that lead up to the beginning, and we certainly don't have any inclination as to where they're going to go, even after that fire goes off. So it's cool.
I just want them to make a movie of showing all of his kills. You know what I mean? Like a 3-hour feature-length film covering diary days of his cannibalistic kills. It's like because I'm creepy.
It's pretty cool.
See how it actually plays out. It's going to be a wandering script of daddy having to kill another human and carve off his leg for dinner, honey. And the daughter and his wife have to be like, it's okay. We had Cuban person's arm last night. We'll eat it again. I didn't choose Cuban out of racist intention. It's just started with N. But you know what I mean? You got to...
I wonder if he's Cuban because the writers were like, what's a race of people that seems like they would be really good at like cooking people? Not people, but like anything.
Cuban.
Like a place with like a strong culinary background.
My roommate laughed.
Really have a cooking people vibe to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the CIA. Yeah.
Cook
Yeah.
or be cooked. Yeah.
That's the
I
way
don't
it
know. I
goes.
don't know if there is a place like that where you might get cooked. Sounds like
If I saw a sequel to this movie, I would want some people of the Bad Batch to all band together and like raid the like wherever regular society is.
Yeah. Where is
That'd be
that, by the
cool.
way? I feel like I guess regular society was actually they placed it so far, like I would guess 1,000 miles away, so as to give the Bad Batch no chance to survive that trip because they're literally just
That would be a
dropped
pretty
in
good
the-
idea. You should run for regular
Evil.
society. You'd be
Yeah, I got evil ideas up the wazoo.
Re-
Yeah,
regular society city council president.
regular. Yeah, let's start a slush fund. Hey,
Kickbacks.
go to a bank and apply for a slush fund and be like, those slush funds where I just get money for free. But yeah, I would say I give this movie a surprising A, because of its performances and its uses of actors in different roles we haven't seen before. Specifically, why I liked it, which includes Jim Carrey playing the wandering hermit, all covered in dirt and draped in old cloths and muttering like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Keanu Reeves playing a sleazy douchebag who reminds me of like a society I've almost joined like 4 or 5 times. Like if I've been dating a girl and doing mushrooms, I could end up joining Comfort. You know what I mean? If I end up going to see a bunch of comedy shows and buying Molly, suddenly I'm at Comfort. It's basically the next stop away from a rehab, except it's the opposite of a rehab, and it's just anybody gets into Comfort. I think. Do they even deny any Comfort to get into?
I think every woman gets into Comfort. I think they probably have a limit of how many guys get into Comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort.
I bet there's like a strict like 10-to-1 ratio limit. That's what I would guess.
All the drugs though, because many drugs you want. I need my charger. Second, just to done.
It really made me want drugs. That scene where he took out all the drugs and was laying them out in separate categories on the tables. I hate that because then you're fantasizing about cocaine, heroin, and ecstasy all at the same time. So they're all like right next to each other, and you just want to go like
I just imagine her being like, fuck you, but like still taking handfuls and stuffing them into her pockets to be like, hey, I gotta eat, don't I?
Right? No donuts for dinner, only dented deltoids, baby. He would say shit like that. Yeah.
The ending was very similar to A Boy and His Dog, which is a very good post-apocalyptic film.
Yeah.
Are
we in the post-apocalypse now and we just don't know it? I'm going to pose a deadly question.
We're in a pre-apocalypse.
Well, let me
I was going to say pre, yeah.
I think we're in Dur.
Mid-apocalypse. We're mid-apocalypse right now.
I think that the epochs has been lipsed, guys.
I'm playing it safe though.
Epochs on all our houses, guys.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. Water.
I forget what I was going to say.
Water. You need water. When shit hits the fan, one of the most important resources you gotta have is water.
You definitely need water. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bring your jugs. If you're going to the Comfort, just got dropped out of jail, iron fence, and you gotta walk the Comfort, bring a cup of water with you. I don't know. I'm just rambling now, but I like that movie.
Yeah.
What would you guys give it?
Recommendation, dude. And yeah, if you guys do the raid with someone else, that shit, you'll be pleasantly surprised with that as well, no doubt.
We'll watch that and have you on again if you want to.
Hey man, I'd love to. I talk movies at any time, so.
Nice.
Anytime,
oh,
yeah.
Cool. This is fun, right? This is the 19th time we've done this. It's just been we just let it roll. At least. Know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No, I had a good time. I really did.
Episode 19. This is episode 19 officially, but probably episode like 29
25
officially. 29. We're like 19 out of 29. Our attempts get
lost. It's been, I think, almost an hour and a half. I thought it'd been like 40 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, we've been rolling for an hour and a half.
It's just flying by. That's like double.
Totally.
That's why I start with the news shows. It's like I do in comedy. I start with filler stuff so that I know I can end with the good stuff and fill up more time.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
That's my
Great
stand-up
plan.
technique.
I
Just jam the
tried to
front
go
with
with as
old
much as I could.
jam the front with old stuff, and then I don't know. I haven't been working on my jokes at all.
Yeah, I got a
was
few.
embarrassed
Since
a
I've
few
seen
times.
you, I probably have a few new things, but nothing.
Yeah.
Like like a few I'm proud of, but a lot that I'm like, God damn it, I need. Yeah, you know how it
You
is.
liked you remember Captain Jimmy's open mic?
Yeah, dude.
You came to that,
Yeah.
right?
I went to that.
Yeah,
I actually liked that one. The one time, I swear we went to that, dude, and then Corona happened.
Oh, you couldn't
No,
have
I
swore
remember
if
you
you were
were.
at Captain
I was.
Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's no big deal. Yeah, Captain demands your answer. Actually, no. Was it clean when I was there, or had we turned
No.
off the clean?
No,
Okay.
dude, I was
so
there.
Awkward.
Oh, you
It
took
was
off
so-
the
I
clean?
know. We took off the clean because like it sucks
shit.
so bad for weeks 1 through 10.
That's
because
right,
comics
dude.
just
Because
can't
I
do clean.
remember
They
when
just
that
can't do
did
clean.
come off. I can't
Yeah.
go, dude. I don't perform.
I thought it was a good idea though, and it was
Gave into the winds of change.
Yeah, but I
No,
tried. I was kind of
his-
proud of trying to do a clean open mic because swears,
Yeah.
I swear a fucking ton, but they are kind of a cheat code. Like a few times I've shown a joke to somebody and it's a really landing joke, and they're like, "Yeah, but why'd you put the word fuck in there?" You know
Not
what I
even
mean?
that. It's just
a-
more like content wise. Clean
well,
isn't
you
even
waste
that.
content.
Like if you want a clean mic, the fun stuff is the not clean stuff. Not even swearing. Just like you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You know how we get down here.
I didn't want it to be a clean requirement. It was just the club was worried about. You know what I mean? It was like my unit.
Oh, customers? Yeah. I understand that. I'm not knocking the business.
Yeah, no, because every open like so much pressure, but for like no reason would be for me to open up and start it, and there's like 2 people and be like, "Welcome to Captain Jimmy's," and there's like a table. I don't know if you've just like hosted open mics where the audience isn't anything other than a table of 4 people that didn't know comedy mic was happening.
I haven't hosted one myself, but yeah,
I crush at it. What I say is like, you probably didn't know you're gonna be watching stand up right now. Sorry about it. And then I just fly into all my original bits, and before they know it, they finish their steak and they're enjoying the experience at Captain Jimmy.
Yeah.
Not so clean. It was so confusing because it was clean ship faced. Is the way I thought that was funny. Ship faced.
Everyone's usually cool until someone mentally ill goes up, and then you're like, ah, fuck.
Ship faced though. Me and the guy who ran the place, we came up together and we were like, fish, shit.
There's something here.
What?
You okay?
Jimmy's.
You having a stroke?
No, I probably was. Yeah, I probably was. No, I couldn't remember.
I was like, you all right?
Ship face. Ship face.
Oh, okay.
Ship face. There we go. Ship face. We were both very excited. Me and the guy that runs the club, we were both ship face. So sorry. Yeah, I did just have a panic attack. I was really trying to. Remember when I was saying before when the guy was like, this one thing.
Yeah, you did.
My brain. This is awful. I have nothing else to say about this movie other than it was hot.
No, man,
I want to point
I'm
out
glad
that
they
the
did that
director
together.
was Iranian and went to school in London, so she's
Racist.
not a white girl like I thought,
Racist.
or even American, or maybe she's Iranian American.
Oh, nice.
She like immigrated or something. But yeah, totally.
Oh, I like the Iranians. There's nobody who likes the Iranians more than me. I'm more Iranian than any other person ever has. That's my impression of talking about it.
I'm dating a girl she says Iranian, but yeah, she says she hates when we call her Iranian.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Well,
Iranian, yeah.
Iranian.
I say
Iranian.
shut up, bit. No, I'm just kidding. Iranian.
Hey,
she's Persian or whatever. Yeah.
I see ya.
That chick's shorts, by the way, are like one of the best parts of the movie too. Her shorts.
The smiley face on the left butt cheek.
Yeah,
I love that shit. I that like that was like I don't know. It was just cool. It was a cool piece of costume.
Absolutely, so simple too. It's just bright blue denim short jeans with a yellow smiley.
It's the poster for some of it too. I looked at like it's on Netflix. That's the poster.
Yeah, and with Bad Batch and like the curly font and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah, man.
It's dope.
This was solid. Pleasantly surprised.
Thanks for
Said
coming
that a
on,
few
dude.
times. I was.
Yeah, man,
definitely,
so
you
what's
guys.
the next movie?
If I'm coming back on and you want to wait, I'll watch The Raid. If not, if you guys want to pick something else, let me know, man.
All right.
Anytime. I love movies. If you guys need other guests, let me know. I live with two funny comedians.
Ish
also,
Black
you
Fruit,
know
right?
Ish. You know Mustafa. I don't know if I think you've met Mustafa.
Oh, you live with Mustafa? Oh, hell yeah, I know Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa lives with me.
Mad Times.
Yeah, he's here, and Ish, you saw them running by in the background. Ish was shirtless. They were probably doing something gay together. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, that's okay. We don't judge people who.
Oh no, not at all. Just mention it to them if they come on that I said that. Anyway.
All right.
But
sounds good.
Yeah, you guys. Anytime if you want to do it again, I'm down. So.
Hells yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Peace out. Tom, what's your
Have a good one,
Twitter
guys.
tag again? Silly Sally.
Yeah. Silly Sally on Instagram.
I'll post it all up on the post.
Peace out.
Yeah. Oh, send it to me. I'll put all this on my social media too and all that. It was fun.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Good
all right,
job.
guys. Be easy.
All right. Peace.
Adios.
All that she wants is another baby.
I was so psyched. Like, to me, there's nothing better than like a nice bouncy, happy song on top of like a fucked up happening, in a movie. That's just good stuff.
It is. It's always suitable action. Oh, that's right. We love the torture here. We succulents upon the torture. I am out of control. We suck upon the torture's juices and spit them back at the face of America.
Wow, that's gross.
The bowl right now. I know, it's nasty.
Tortured juices.
Spit them back.
Who tortured these juices? Spit them back. I don't want to be rude. I said spit them back.
Juices is nasty. Toxic juices. Dude, I probably am leaking toxic juices through my.
The tagline of this movie, it says 20 elite cops, 30 floors of hell. I don't want to be judgmental, but based on this poster, it looks awful. What do they mean by 30 floors of hell? Because if it's just a bunch of guys with guns, I'm not on board. If it's like something interesting, I might be assuaded. I'm looking into this.
Have you seen the film Dredd? The new Judge Dredd film?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, it's basically the same plot, except that it's Judge Dredd in the film Dredd, and they paid way more money for it. But Dredd came out in 2012. This came out in 2011. Same basic principle is that this entire apartment complex is being run by a complicated nest of different dependent gangs, right? And so the raid is like these cops go in and they're like trying to take out the bad guys, typical sort of like fascist sort of thing.
Because I love rooting for cops. That's my.
I know.
I'm watching the trailer. Yeah. I'm watching it's on mute, but I'm
wondering if it's got some like Duterte vibes. Like, are we just talking about like shooting drug dealers like in the streets?
Right, I'm seeing a training montage, some shirtless push-ups. So I got a gun. His wife is pregnant, which I don't know if she's gonna die. Probably.
No, she's gonna die.
This is. Can I say a weird alternate
SWAT van? 20 elite cops. This is from the poster. Oh, some guy's got a hammer. One ruthless crime lord. This is how movies was meant to be watched, guys. Oh, and this is the 30 floors of chaos. What's on those floors? Some guy getting abducted with duct tape.
Action
3,
movie.
floor 5.
Can I say something? It's weird that one's about cops because I have an alternate suggestion I looked up before we started. The Trust, which came out in 2016 with Nicolas Cage again. It's a black comedy film. It looks really good.
Okay.
And it's a black comedy film that's got Nicolas Cage in it, and I'm not sure what else it's about, but that would be a cool one to watch about cops. You know what I mean?
Why do they have to be about cops? It does sound better. This looks okay. I mean,
it doesn't have to be. It just is. They chose that as the narrative framework, is that the cops aren't bad.
You're right.
Yeah, isn't that good? Isn't that good? It's a comedy, anyways. Is why I was interested in it. Cause
Oh well, he was great in Bad Lieutenant. That's a fucking
yeah,
Werner
oh, I
Herzog
love
film.
Bad Lieutenant. The
Yeah.
original is my favorite, but Nick Cage did a pretty good reprise.
Bad.
I
What's
actually like
the called?
the second one better.
Yeah, Port of Call, New Orleans.
No, Harvey Keitel's the best, hands down.
What? Where he's just like sticking his dick in the like cars of the like window and stuff.
The scene where he's like,
It's not
showing me,
better.
like, yeah, no, it is better.
Although you know what,
Better
it's been
action job.
a while
How
since
are
I've
you
seen it.
how are
I'm not
you
gonna-
laughing? But okay, it might be better. But how are you laughing at Harvey Keitel's original performance in Bad Lieutenant? That's like where it all started, and he was appraised for his performance in that role. You can't just laugh it aside. It was a really good performance.
I can laugh at that particular part of it.
The whole
You're right.
thing.
I was
though,
not
that's the whole
saying that
thing.
it's laughably inferior
Okay, I guess-
to
yeah.
the original. Obviously, it's a very good movie, but I don't think it's as good. That's my opinion. Dude, this movie
Okay,
looks
fair.
dope. With
Which
what's his
one?
name? Elijah Wood and
Yeah.
The fur.
Just
Oh, yeah,
the
what is it
fucking
called?
poster with Elijah
Isn't
Wood.
it?
Like, I love the intense
Trust.
look at his face.
Dude,
Trust.
Nicolas Cage's mustache is insane.
Should we watch Trust
Yeah.
instead? Yeah, let's watch Trust.
I want to
I
watch
guess
some
it's-
Christmas movies after this, at least one, for the.
Oh, we should.
We just end up talking about murder all the time. So
Die
that-
Hard. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I was going to
I would
suggest
like to
Krampus,
die.
or one of the
like to die
Krampus
soft,
family of films.
right?
Okay.
What would be a good Christmas one? There's many to pick from. I say the Tim Allen rendition. We do the Tim Allen
Gremlins.
Santa's Home. Gremlins is great. I would cuddle a gremlin.
Oh,
That
Gremlins
sounds
is
so
a good one.
aggressive, But
Yeah.
what's the name of the
Actually,
main
I was
gremlin?
thinking about Gremlins because the title made me think about Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
Oh yeah.
It just makes me think of someone who jizzed. The new batch. Like that's what always. There's something wrong with me on that, but
Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
into
but it's
the
like
Western
a
Mass
bad
Comedy
batch.
Group. Stay in the loop, you Snoop. We'll
that's
see
one
you
of those
next week.
things. Yeah. Hold on, we're not closing like that. You can't just close on me like that.
Boop.
Well,
Boom.
Jason, you took over though. That was a sudden closeout. Thank you guys for tuning into episode 19 of Western Mass Comedy Group. Stay in the loop, you Snoop. Boop.
Boop.
Do it, Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan, do it. Go boop.
Ryan. Boop.
Boop.
There we go. All right. Thank you, guys. Excellent. So worth it. So worth the time and effort put into the performance.
Solid workmanship.
That's right.
Another
All right,
another
I'm outta
perfect
here.
episode in the can. I wasn't trying to
That's it,
actually stop the conversation. I
Oh.
just wanted to stop recording